Joining me on the Dome Dawg Podcast is attorney Dan Lust. You can see on many media outlets and host of Conduct Detrimental podcast, which deals everything from relocation to NILs. Also with me today is Dan's associate and producer, Mike Lawson, attorney and a Syracuse law grad. Dan, I want to start with you. Can you just break down what an NIL actually is?
I've heard what is a NIL. I've heard of what are NILs. You could do it either way. So either way, name, image, and likeness is the acronym. That's what it stands for, NIL. NIL is not necessarily a new term. It's just really new to college sports. The easiest way that I like to explain what it is, under no way, shape, or form are schools paying some type of salary to the athletes. I think the easiest way to explain this is it's kind of like an entrepreneurship license. If you can go out and get a deal with a Gatorade, with a Nike, or with a local car dealership, you'll be allowed to, and you'll be allowed to retain your academic and athletic eligibility. In the old days, if you were to accept like a penny, or if your parents were to accept like a house or a car, any type of indirect or direct benefit, you're at risk of getting kicked out of the team, kicked off the team, kicked out of school, all that fun stuff. So, without getting into the whole history, California was the first to pass it, and they set their effective date in 2023. And then Florida set this date of July 1st of 2021 to be effective. They kind of leapfrogged California. All these states started copying them. And then all of a sudden, as we got closer to July 1st, the NCAA basically said, whoa, we can't be making this stuff illegal while certain states have it legal. We're actually going to basically, fancy word, right, decriminalize. We're going to let everybody do this across the country. So, as Mike and I, and we've talked about on the podcast a bunch, we kind of have these interim NCAA rules, which are a whole bunch of nothing. It's kind of just like a placeholder. But we don't really have anybody policing this world of NIL at the college front. So you have schools kind of pushing the envelope. Different state laws are restricting other schools, and other states have no state laws, so they can do whatever they want. But, we use the term, we don't use it lightly. It is the wild, wild west from a legal perspective, from a compliance perspective. No one really knows what's going on, and the NCAA is certainly not answering any questions.
Buddy had the first NIL deal, I believe, through the school, right?
July 2nd was the tweet by Buddy Boeheim that he was partnering with the player trunk, where he came out with the apparel. And if you go online, the website, he's got a lot of apparel, signed autograph pictures, autograph basketball, and then he's got the sweatshirt and t-shirt that says Buddy Buckets. So he was the first player to have his name on a shirt, as well as Syracuse's trademark. So here's the issue with trademark, and this was a lot of the issues that came up when it first was being argued back and forth, was what about the school's trademark? What about the school's sponsorship deals? If it's a Nike school, what about the competing market with Under Armour and things like that? Like, how does that work? So long as it's okayed by the school, then the school could use that trade. You could use the school's trademark as long as it's, so that had to have gone through the compliance office. And again, I was there. I no longer work there, but Mark Wheeler runs a tight ship at the Syracuse compliance office, and John Wildhack in the athletic department is really, really solid all around, great player advocate. So I wasn't surprised by this. But Buddy was the first, where he had Buddy Buckets, and it's got the Syracuse, S on it. So that was fascinating that people didn't think that was going to happen so fast, where it was like, well, there might be some sort of negotiation back and forth. Now, does that have a factor because, Buddy is the son of Coach Boeheim, and Boeheim was like, hey, let my kid do this. Let's use the S. Boeheim is the name, right? Obviously, Buddy has stormed national coverage last year with his gameplay in the conference tournaments. But again, the companies that Buddy is working with are also local deals. The player trunk is more a little bit more national, and there's a lot of other student athletes. Joe Girard has his merch with
doesn't he have some sort of protein powder or something like that?
The actual name of it is Endorphin, which is also created by Cuse grads, and it's local to Syracuse, it's a protein shake, and it has I guess it's a trademarked bottle that has these little fins in it instead of like a typical shaker bottle. It's got fins built inside the bottle. It's like a one-time use recyclable bottle. You put your water in there, you shake it up. So he, I guess, started using that. And then when Name, Image, and Likeness came around, they contacted him, or he contacted them to be a brand ambassador. And it was just kind of super easy for that to work out. But he's with them. He's also with the Three Wishes cereal, which we've talked about. And he's also doing Cameo. So for basketball purposes, though, Syracuse basketball, there's 4 players that have some sort of deal. So that's JG3.
Cameo is when if you want someone to say happy birthday to you, they'll do it for you.
Correct. So you can go on to
anniversary.
Cameo right now, pay Buddy Boeheim $100 to
$100.
say happy birthday, or give some sort of pep talk, some sort of speech. You give him the speech, you pay him $100. He does a video and he sends it back to you. JG3 is on that platform as well. Jimmy Boeheim is on that platform as well, and so is Cole Swider. So the four of them have.
They're charging $100 per cameo, or I thought I read that he might.
That's just Buddy. I think JG3 is $60, and I think Cole Swider's $30, and Jimmy might be even cheaper than that. Actually,
hypothetically, which one do you want for your birthday?
For me, Buddy, for sure, absolutely. And there was an article posted by the Daily Orange or was it Syracuse.com where it was like, how much is he getting from that Cameo? Cameo says that they give 75% to whoever is doing the video. So effectively $75 goes to Buddy every time he does one.
It's good
of those
work
videos.
if you can get it, huh? $60 for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
How long is it for 60? How many, like a minute, 2 minutes?
I think it's just a minute. Yeah.
1 minute for $60. Wow. That's what you guys charge usually.